Here's something that a lot of real estate investors miss. Whenever they get their monthly mortgage statement, they see the one payment and they enter that and they're done. That's usually because the payment's just automatically coming out of the bank feed and they just write it off as an expense and moving on. Well, there's a problem. The mortgage repayment is actually two parts. One is principal and one is interest. And only one of them is actually tax deductible. So if you write it off completely, there's an issue. Now, if you keep this in line, your books will tell a true story. If you don't, you'll be lying to yourself about how much you have left to pay off, how much you can write off, and everything. So in just a minute, I'm going to go over and show you exactly how to do this inside of QuickBooks so that the next time you get your monthly statement, it's not so bad. All right, so let's dive in. So I'm going to show you a loan payment that I've been doing for my business. It's not a mortgage payment, but it's the same thing. It's got principal and it's got interest. So what you're going to do is every month you're going to get a statement like this. And it's going to give you a breakdown of how much your balance is for what you have to pay off still. And then right here is the big thing. You're going to be paying this number right here. So your bank account is going to show you $636.75. Now, whenever it does that, you're going to think, all right, that's my expense, I'm done. But no, there's also this right here. They're adding $74.25. So every time, for this loan at least, every time I pay off the portion of the loan, they're also adding $74.25 to it. So I need to add this into here inside of QuickBooks so that that reflects the true number, because I didn't actually pay off $636 of what I owe. I paid off $636.75 minus $74.25 of that, and that is what I paid down. But the whole payment is showing the accumulation of both of these. So what we're going to do inside of QuickBooks is we're going to come here. We're going to, first off, it's just going to show like my Amex loan, $636.75 right here. But that's the total. That's not what we're actually getting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 636 and we're going to subtract out 74.25 from it, and this is what this number is going to be, $562.50. And that's going to be our principal. So we actually paid down out of what was left in our previous balance. We paid down $562.50 of it, and we paid in interest, paying what we're giving to the lender to just hold the money. We're paying interest of $74.25. So every time you get a statement, or every time you see an expense that is for a loan, you have to go in and dig a little deeper. You have to take a little time and see like how much of this is actually principal and how much of this is interest. And mortgages can be a little more complicated, not necessarily because the statement's going to say the same thing, but with a mortgage, you're starting out, most mortgages at least, you're starting out paying a lot more interest than principal. So over time, the number changes. It's not always going to be $74 like my loan. It's going to start out like a huge number of interest and a little bit of principal. And then that principal is going to grow as you pay it down, and that interest is going to shrink as you pay it down for the amortization schedule. Now, so you really want to dive in and understand which is which, and also understand the terms of the loan. Because for example, my loan right here, I got charged $74 out the gate. So I got deposited $13,500, but my loan balance was actually $13,500 plus $74.25 to start. So just understand the loan terms. That way you can enter it correctly, because if I didn't enter that correctly, then my interest paid would be lower by $74 if I didn't add that. So you have to understand the intricacies of it, and understand that you're gonna have to split every single one of those payments for every single month. That way you can continue on. If you need help with this, my name's Garrett. I'm a bookkeeper. You can book a call with me in the link in below, and we can see if we can work together and go from there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.